Be careful, Barney! Barney was a very adventurous little fox cub. His mommy would always shout, "Be careful, Barney!" But he just wouldn't listen. At the park, Barney would always choose the biggest slide. Then he'd swing really high and leap off in mid-flight. And he'd hang upside down from the climbing bars using just his tail. He would yell, "Faster!" when he was on the carousel, even though his friends wanted to stop. When Barney's favorite dinosaur toy was put on the top of his shelves, he decided to try and reach it all by himself. Can you guess what happened? Oh dear! Barney also loved to dress up as a superhero and would pretend to fly by jumping off his dresser. Whee! One day, Barney's class went on a field trip. At lunchtime, they stopped for a picnic. Mrs. Badger told the class do not go near the river, but Barney wanted to have some fun. He was balancing on the first stepping stone when, "Barney, come away from the river!" Mrs. Badger's booming voice startled poor Barney and he began to wobble. With his paws circling wildly, he tried to keep his balance, but it was too late. Splash! The choppy water swirled around Barney and carried him quickly down the river. The rest of the class ran along the riverbank. Mrs. Badger searched frantically for a way to help Barney. Suddenly, Barney heard a roaring, crashing sound. It was getting louder and louder. He was being swept straight toward a waterfall. "Barney, grab hold of this," Trevor said, holding out a long leafy branch. Barney managed to grab hold of it just in time. Mrs. Badger and the rest of the class pulled the very wet little fox cub back onto dry land. Phew! At the end of the day, Mrs. Badger told Barney's mother what happened. "Oh, Barney," said Mommy, giving him a big hug. "Do you promise to be more careful?" "Yes, Mommy," promised Barney. The next day at the park, Barney was high up on the climbing bars and about to jump off when he remembered how worried Mommy had been. He remembered the promise he had made. So he carefully climbed down and went to find his friends instead. He had just as much fun. The end. Be careful, Barney!